Well, good afternoon, everybody, and or good evening. I guess I'd rather say good evening. I hope that you had a good day today, and I hope everything that you did was blessed and prosperous and safe. And I hope you had a good day of trucking. And as I always say, every time I get back home and get behind this microphone, I've had a good day of trucking. So I hope that you've had the same today. We got a good show lined up for you tonight, and I know a lot of you are on here eager to hear from our special guest tonight, Mr. Hershel Evans. We're going to talk everything Saftey Drive for a Cure, what's going on, the change of the location, what you can do to help out. And so we're going to kind of get on into it. We're actually going to open up the phone line. So y'all want to get that phone number in there. I'm going to go ahead and put it up on the screen so y'all can write it down there. So that number tonight, when you call in, it's going to be 251-616-2151. That's 251-616-2151. But please wait until after we get through with the monologue and talking to Hershel, and I'll let you know when I open up the phone line to you there. But anyway, we got a good one lined up. So anyway, I got my co-host back with me tonight, Mr. Steve Brand. He finally took his bikini off and got off the boat, and he got a nice little suntan going on. So we're going to welcome him here in just a minute, and just kind of hear from him what's been going on with him. So anyway, let me get his walk on music queued up here. There's the cruising king right there, man. How you doing, brother?
Doing good, man. How you doing?
Now, I know you ain't been riding dirty because you've been riding on that boat there for the last week or so.
Yeah, buddy. We got back in Saturday morning and flew home. Got home Saturday evening late and got rested up a little bit on Sunday. Went back to work Monday. Like I've been telling everybody, I went to work Sunday morning and it was 27 degrees up here in the great state of Ohio. And the funny part about that, 7 days prior to that, flip them numbers around, it was 72 degrees when I walked out on my balcony. And I said, I'm loving this. And I felt something I hadn't felt in a couple months. Humidity.
Humidity. All right.
It was in the 80s down there in the Caribbean, just having a good time. But I missed you all Thursday night. I missed everybody. And but I watched that show. It was a good show. Appreciate Mike coming on with you.
Yeah, Mike, it was a good show with Mike, and I appreciate Mike coming on there, and we learned a lot about Mike and what he's, what's going on with him now in his life. So yeah, it was good to have him on there. Let me go ahead and get this out of the way, Steve. The views expressed on the show are those of the host and the guest only, and do not reflect those of others. How about that?
Sounds good to me. Sounds good.
But got to get the legal stuff out of the way,
Exactly.
Well. What do you think about the guest that we got coming on tonight? He's not a stranger to the show by no means.
No, sir. No, sir. He's sure not. And I'm glad he's with us tonight. I'm glad he's here to talk about the upcoming event.
Hey, let's look and see who we got tuning in and give a few shout outs, and then we'll bring Hershel on in here, okay?
All right.
I'm going to go ahead and say, it's good to see Brian Wood in there, Jason Demeron, Mark A. Copus, Scott Post is watching. Ron Coles is watching. Ryan Yabera is watching. Scott Donaldson's watching. David Young's watching. That's who I can see from my end right now. So, who you got watching on the other side?
I got the other half of Scott Post, Miss Nancy. I got Mr. Chuck Jernigan, Mr. Mike Keller, Mr. Clarence Jenkins, Mr. Miguel Sanchez, and Mr. Patrick Green. Appreciate y'all tuning in.
All right, and then we got all those that's over there watching on YouTube also. So we appreciate everybody that's tuning in tonight, and I see we got a good audience and a good viewing audience tonight, and I'm sure they're going to want to hear what's going on with the Saftey Drive for Cure. So let's don't belabor this any longer. I got some special music that I'm going to play right here to bring Hershel in tonight. How about that?
Sounds good to me. I can't wait to hear it.
And Hershel said, turn down for what? Right, Hershel?
I'm not a music aficionado. I have no idea who that is.
Well, you're not turning down for nothing, are you? Because you're full steam ahead and you're getting this thing ready and geared up to go, right?
It's going to happen whether we like it or not.
Yes, sir.
That's right. That's right. So, welcome to Truckers Voices tonight, Herschel. We appreciate that. You took your time out to come on, and I know everybody wants to hear from you, and they want to kind of update us on what's going on with the Saftey Drive. So, I'll let Steve greet you there, and we'll just jump right on into it here in just a minute.
Good evening, Mr. Herschel. How you doing, sir?
Good evening, brother. Doing good. Good to see both of y'all.
Good to see you, man. We appreciate you coming on. So
appreciate y'all doing this.
Oh yeah. Well, we're glad to do it. So anyway, Herschel, why don't you just go ahead and greet everybody that's listening in out there, and just kind of go through it. Tell us what you want us to know right now.
We are Saftey Drive for a Cure. The 13th annual 2024 edition is right around the corner, coming up on March 16th. If you are a competitor and have not signed up yet, we really, really, really want you to go ahead and sign up. Talked to our t-shirt guy the other day, and we're trying to get that order finalized. So we have a deadline posted. I don't know off the top of my head what that deadline is, but it should be posted. That deadline is just to get your shirt. So if you find out at the last minute you can come and you come on down and join us, that's not a problem. We'll figure it out. We'll make it work. But if you want to have a shirt, reserved for you, then I need you to sign up by that deadline so we can get that order in and get it done. And a lot of changes this year. There's as y'all know, our former employer Holland/Yellow is no longer functioning. So we have lost all that sponsorship from them. We did, however, through the helping hand of a UPS driver out of Florida, get us a contact with the folks at UPS. Took a couple of months of negotiating and talking and messaging back and forth, but finally got them on board, and they have agreed to step in and fill Yellow's shoes for everything they were sponsoring, including the location. So it appears that everything's going to go off just like it always has. Everything's going to be smooth. We're combining some of our efforts with UPS. Last year did a in-house competition for their drivers, and we are going to combine efforts with them, kind of pool some of our resources together. We've been negotiating that over the past few weeks to see what that exactly is going to look like when it's done. And by all appearances now, it appears that everything's going to be pretty good. So we will, don't know what the turnout's going to finally look like, but I'm hoping it's going to probably be one of the biggest events we've had.
All right. So Herschel, tell us a little bit about what you need right now from everybody. Other than getting registered and T-shirts for all that. Tell us what you need right now to help make this thing a success.
The one thing we're short on right now is auction items and door prize items. So the way we usually do the door prize and the auction items is anything somebody wants to donate. If they want to do what I encourage people to do is donate something that is unique from their state or unique from their company. Get maybe a truck from your state association, a model truck that has your state association's name on it, or something that's unique from your company, or something unique from your area of the country. If you're coming from, Minnesota or North Dakota or somewhere, far away, bring something that's unique to you that would make a good auction item. And normally what we do is the auction items are usually items that are retail value above $100, and the door prize items are items that are retail value below $100. We make a few exceptions on that if we have if we have multiple model trucks that are identical. We may put one or two in the auction and one or two in the door prize. So somebody may end up winning a truck that's valued at over $100. They might get it for a couple of bucks. So
right.
We try to keep it entertaining, but the uniqueness of the items that we get is probably the coolest thing. because we get a lot of stuff that, people find in their closet. I don't know if you saw the post I made a while back where Joe Obregon, who's been competing since, I believe he's been competing since the Dead Sea was only sick.
Yeah.
So that's the way that's the way it used to be told by our announcer at Georgia. But he donated some trucks from years back. His competition, they're really, really unique. Some are actually made in the USA, so that's kind of rare.
Right.
So items like that make really cool, trucker collection type items that would go in the auction bin, and you know that's it's one of our biggest fundraisers. We usually make uh, somewhere between $4,000 and $8,000 off of the door prize and the auctions.
Right. Right.
So it's a big fundraiser for us, and every dime of that, like I've told you before, every dime of that goes to the foundation. We
Right.
don't
Right.
we don't we don't use any of those funds to put the event on. All the things we need for the event are paid for up front. So any money that gets raised by the auction items that you bring, 100% of it goes to the Pediatric Brain Tumor Foundation.
Right, right. So let's kind of circle back and back up because I know that we got some folks listening to us tonight that may have never come to the Safety Drive for a Cure before. So give us a little bit of history on how this started out, Hershel.
It started out years ago. It was an event called the Battle of the Borders, and what that was a bunch of drivers from Roadway that were trying to get ready for their state TDC, and they invited other roadway drivers from neighboring states to all get together and have kind of an informal little competition amongst one another as kind of a practice session to get ready for their state competition. And it was like the states that bordered North Carolina, so they just started calling it the Battle of the Borders. Because if you were one of the bordering states of North Carolina, Virginia, Tennessee, South Carolina, Georgia, any of those states that bordered North Carolina, were welcome to come compete with them. So that they did that for several years. They decided to move that event to Atlanta, and then I actually competed in it a couple of times because they invited once Roadway got bought by Yella, and then Holland got bought by what was in YRC. They invited the Holland drivers to be part of it, so I went up and competed with them a couple of years, and they sold the facility that they were hosting the event at, so they needed a new place to host it.
Mm-hmm.
They knew the Holland yard, my yard in Atlanta, they knew was pretty large, and they knew I'd been involved in organizing a motorcycle event for several years, and they asked me if I would take over the organizing of the Battle of the Borders. And I told them I would on one condition, that we do it as a fundraiser for some kind of charity, that we don't just do it for, just for the fun of it. We actually make a cause out of it, make a fundraiser out of it that will help some charity. And I told the guys that were organized, I said, y'all pick the charity. I don't care, but I said, I think we ought to do it. If we're going to put this kind of effort into it, we ought to make a fundraiser out of it. So most of these guys, I've been working with them for a long time. They all knew that I was heavily involved with the Pediatric Brain Tumor Foundation. So they chose the Pediatric Brain Tumor Foundation as the charity that this event would benefit. And I didn't argue with them one little bit, of course, because I thought, that'd be fantastic. So that's how we got started doing the charity TDC. So we did it for a couple of years as the Battle of the Borders as a fundraiser. And the first 2 years, we raised about $3,000 each year. And that was just with, intercompany drivers.
Mm-hmm.
And they came from a few states. We had some come from, the Carolinas, come from Alabama and Tennessee. We might have had a few come. Well, we had a few come out of Florida. I know Henry Motor come up from Florida and competed with us. So they came from, a few states away, and they competed with us. Well, after I made the America's Road team in 2013, I had the opportunity to have dinner with some of our company executives, and we got to talking about the charity event. And I had an idea that I'd been floating around for a while, and since I had a bunch of them sitting there eating dinner, I figured it'd be a good chance to float the idea to them. And I told them, I said, I said, what do you guys think if we took this event and opened it up to every driver from every company, and our company investment would be the same. We'd get other companies involved. We'd get our vendors involved. We'd build it up as a fundraiser for the trucking industry, and we could have a much larger impact. And our CEO was sitting across the table from me, and he looked at me and he said, tell me what you need. It's all yours. Take off with it. I got no hesitation, nothing. He just said, go for it. He knew we'd already been, raising money with it, and just he gave me the green light, told me to go ahead. So that very next year, we did that. We opened it up to everybody. We did it at our Holland terminal there in Ellenwood, and the very first year we did it, we tripled our uh, donations to $9,000.
Mm-hmm.
And the year after that, it went to $18,000. And then
Right.
just, every year it just climbed and climbed and climbed. So it's just, it's taken off, and it's got, I think the biggest count we had, uh, we've had about 50 trucking related companies involved with us in some manner. Some of them was as little as, $100 worth of donations. Some of them with, $5,000 worth of donations.
Mm-hmm.
So it varies, very widely as far as what company gets involved and what, how much they uh, want to put into it. But you know, I I go to the companies and I ask them to pay for an item, to pay for, like when Yellow was doing it, I asked for Yellow to pay for the T-shirts, the trophies, and the tables and chairs.
Uh-huh.
And I got another company to pay for our tents. And then we got John Lex with Walmart. Uh, he talked Walmart into donating the food.
Mm-hmm.
And then I had another couple of different companies over the years have donated the services to cook the food. I know Kennesaw Transportation did 1 year, and there's been others that have done it. The past few years, we've had a nice fellow by the name of John Nutter out of Cartersville who runs a men's ministry. He's offered to cook for us, and he's coming back cooking again this year. And it's just,
And that's good food too. Let me tell
it
you.
is good. Well, he does a good job. He really
Yep.
does.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, it's just everybody that's part of trucking that gets involved with this. I ask them either give us a check, give us cash, or pay for one of our items so that the drivers know all the donations they raise go
Right.
to the charity. Because
Right.
the one thing really turns me off about charity work, and I know it's necessary, but when you have somebody give you $1 for a charity, and you have to use half that dollar for overhead cost,
Right.
that's just depressing.
Right.
So we get the companies to pay for our overhead items, and they know what they're paying for up front. And I tell them up front, this is what you're paying for. You're paying for our T-shirts, or you're paying for you're donating our food, or however it works out. But then after that, every dime the drivers collect, when you guys sign on, when you register, and you get that link that says claim your fundraising page, you
Right.
know, you can tell the people that donate to your page that every dime they donate goes directly to the Pediatric Brain Tumor Foundation.
Right. Right. Um, I'm going to hold off and I'm going to let Steve, if you got anything, Steve, there before I go to my next question.
No, go ahead, Tim.
You're the sponge tonight.
I'm a sponge. I'm just taking it all in, and I mean, of course, I've been doing this since Hershel started, and the way people come together and volunteer and show up is just totally awesome.
Well,
Yeah, I mean, the best story I got is Hershel's your terminal manager. When I was out there scrubbing that dock, I had a FedEx freight shirt on, and he walked out there and he said, "I never in my life thought I'd see a FedEx driver working on my dock." I said, "I'm here for a good cause, man, a good reason." And he just laughed. He said, "Man, I'm glad to have you here." So it's just how we all come together, and we're there for one reason, and that's to raise money for a good cause.
Yep.
right. Right. And I want to tell the listening audience how I got hooked up on this, and I hope Hershel don't mind me sharing this. But I was at the Georgia TDC 1 year, and I saw this big man get up there and address us drivers. And I saw the passion within his voice, and I seen the big crocodile tears that rolled down his face when he was telling us about what he was involved in and what he was trying to do. And right then, right there, I told him, told myself, I said, I've got to find out and I got to get on this guy's coattails and I've got to help out somehow. So, and I did. I actually raised about $800 and, got it to him there. And
I remember you handed that envelope. That was awesome.
it was a little after the fact, but
Yep.
it did. And, I have no bones and I have no regrets about anything that I've tried to do over the years to try to help raise money for the Pediatric Brain Tumor Foundation. And anybody that knows me, you've already got some text from me. I've become a used car salesman this time of year. I will bug you about buying tickets. So y'all better go ahead and buy those tickets from me, or you're going to be getting a call from me here pretty soon. but Hershel, I'm going to back off and let you go ahead and finish up there. But that's how I got hooked up. And I want anybody if it's your first time or your 15th time coming, I want you to put, everything you can into it to make this charity a success.
Yeah, a lot of people don't know. A lot of guys that work with me, they know, because I was involved with the Pediatric Brain Tumor Foundation for about as long as I've been a truck driver. I was actually involved with the Atlanta Ride for Kids, which is a motorcycle ride that raises money for kids with brain tumors. The motorcycle ride actually predated the foundation. The foundation was formed in 1991. The motorcycle ride started in 1984. The foundation was founded by what became a really good friend of mine, Mike and Diane Trainer, who were avid motorcyclists. They had a friend who had a brain tumor, who had a child that had a brain tumor, and they started it just as a way to raise money to help their friend. And kind of the same thing happened to them as happened to us, is that they started off small and it just exploded. It just grew and grew and grew.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been one of their volunteers since around 87, 88, I think, when I got started with them. So, which is about the same time I became a truck driver. So about 37 years now, I've been involved with uh, the Pediatric Brain Tumor Foundation. And it started off as, probably the two people that are the most salt of the earth type people are truck drivers and motorcyclists. I mean, they're just, they're people that they love the freedom of being on their highway. They don't like being told what to do, and they absolutely love kids.
Mm-hmm.
And they just, they'll help you. They'll do anything in the world for you. I remember one of my favorite comedians in the world is a fellow named Jerry Clower. He's a guy that you can listen to him with your grandmother. But he made a comment in one of his skits one time. He said he always told his kids if he was ever in trouble, flag down a trucker. Them's good people. They will help you. So that's just one of them things that truck drivers, motorcyclists, and kids just seem like to be the perfect trifecta of getting help to somebody. So getting a bunch of motorcycle riders to do this and having it bleed over into my other what I do for a living, which is drive a truck, has just been it's been a heck of an experience to watch this thing grow and watch so many people get involved with it.
Hershel, tell us about the Star Kids, if you don't mind, a little bit.
The any of the kids that are afflicted with a tumor that get involved with the Pediatric Brain Tumor Foundation, we call them our stars. And we started that by at the motorcycle ride. We are one of the few motorcycle rides that actually takes the kids with us on the bikes. The kids they don't just show up and look at the bikes. Actually, we put them on them and we ride them. We take them with us. We use sidecars. We use those little side by side things. What are they called? Slingshots.
Mm-hmm.
We use those. We use sidecars. We use large 3-wheel motorcycles, large trikes. And some of the kids can actually ride a normal motorcycle. They don't have the deficits that affect their ability to actually ride a motorcycle. Some of these kids, they've gone through treatment, they've gone through their surgeries, they've had they're in full remission, and they don't have you wouldn't know it hardly to know that they had a brain tumor, when they were a kid, when
Right.
they were a child. But they remain our stars for the rest of their life, and uh, they are we make them stars for the day because they are the center of what goes on at the Ride for Kids. We put them up on stage, we interview them, we talk to them, we let them meet the audience, meet the crowd. We just treat them like stars all day long. So
Right.
they are our stars. Uh, when one of them is no longer with us, they
Mm-hmm.
become what we call an eternal star.
Mm-hmm.
So that
Go
that
ahead.
happens way too often.
Way too often, yeah. And this is such a dreaded disease, and it affects, if you think about it, it affects everybody, from every family member to especially the kid. But yeah, we definitely got a battle, and we're definitely what we're doing. We're making a small difference in somebody's life that finds out this tragic news. So Hershel, I'm fixing to open up the phone lines if that's all right with you.
Sure,
And
absolutely.
I was actually looking through some of the comments here. While I'm going to let everybody know the phone lines are open. I'm fixing to put it in the chat, but the number is 251-616-2151. We would love to hear from you tonight. So if you call in, if we can, we'll try to get you on air. If it rings and I don't answer, it means somebody else is on the line. I'll try to get to you as soon as I can. But anyway, Hershel, I tell us about the competition part of this charity drive, and tell us about the classes and all. And before I say that, I do have a comment in here, and it said for me to ask you who beat your score back in 2022.
Oh Lord,
You
probably
know,
probably several people beat my score, but probably the one that revels in it the most would be our fearless leader of America's Road Team, and that would be uh, little bitty Virginia. So
so there you go, Virginia. I
uh,
got it in there for you, girl. But anyway,
there has been nobody that has beaten my score that has and I've been beat a few times, but there has been nobody that beat my score that wears that badge more proud than she does.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
hey, you know what? And hey, and that is absolutely an honor because I mean she was there and she was making a difference in the charity that we had, right?
Yep, absolutely.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
So anyway, the phone lines are open. I'll just wait to hear from some of y'all. While we're waiting to hear from you, I'm just going to go ahead and let Hershel tell you about some of the classes. I think we're going to add another class this year. Is that right?
Yep. The with UPS being involved, and I'm sure everybody knows, uh, Georgia has never had a step van class. Not every state does a step van class. Georgia's got their own criteria, and I'm not sure exactly what it is, but they had a criteria where they wanted a certain number of competitors and a certain number of companies involved before they would start a step van class. Uh, UPS being involved with us now, and UPS is really getting excited about getting all their drivers involved in the truck driving championships. We are going to add a step van class to our uh, Saftey Drive for a Cure competition. I don't know what that's going to do to whether or not one gets added to Georgia. I would suspect it does. We didn't have one last year, did we? Or did we?
We did not have a step
Okay.
van class.
I didn't
No.
think we did. I would not be surprised to see one this year. The guys that do the step van class, they get they're getting pretty excited about doing that competition. So we're definitely gonna have one this year, uh, and all the rest of our classes are going to be the standard uh, 8 classes that we have at the regular truck driving championships. I talked to a few people last year about the possibility of putting a car hauler class in our
We got a call.
competition.
Got a call coming in. So hold that stall, okay?
Okay.
Hey, welcome to Truckers Voices. Mr. Brent Darnell, how you doing tonight, sir?
stuck in a traffic jam, I thought, what a better time to call.
Hey, glad you called in. So, hey, that is a good time to call in for sure. So, I'm just go ahead and let you address the audience and Herschel, whatever you want to say there, Brent.
Yeah. First of all, Tim, when you was talking about Hershel at the estate and his crocodile tears, I mean, and at that point, I don't want to give Hershel the big head, but I mean, he's been my role model since I've really started to know him. I've learned a lot from him. I can't say enough about him. Second of all is we did have a step band class last year at state.
We did. Okay, I forgot.
You know what?
Yeah.
Let me clarify something there, Brent, you are correct because I was not at state last year, so you're right.
Yeah, and they put me in. I was volunteering. I had to pull a UPS truck around and could not figure out how in the world to get that thing started. It was a secret code to get that thing started. But so yeah, there was a step band class, but just anybody listening, if you've never been to the Drive for a Cure, come. It is such a blessing. First of all, it just to know what this goes to, and such a great time, and it's a whole lot more low key than your states where you got all these rules and stuff. So just if you're listening, you've not been to it, come on.
Right. And
that's pretty much all I got for y'all.
Well, Brent, thank you for calling in tonight, and we'll look forward to seeing you there. And man, be careful when you get rolling again.
All right, sounds good. See you, buddy.
Bye-bye.
See y'all.
See
you.
Brent.
Thanks, Brent. Be careful out there, buddy.
All right. So 251-616-2151. All questions, we'll take them on. We'll try to answer them for you right now if you got questions about the Saftey Drive. So go ahead, Steve.
The question I got, I think I know the answer to this, but Hershel, does this money just stay in Atlanta, or does this go out system-wide for pediatric brain tumor research?
I believe it stays fairly. All this money that we raised here goes directly to what's called the Atlanta Ride for Kids.
Okay. So take another call, y'all. Hey, good afternoon. Welcome to Truckers Voices. Who do we have on the line?
This is Tommy Forrest.
Hey, Tommy, how you doing, man? It's good to hear you in there.
How you doing, Tommy?
Yeah, doing great. Hey, guys. Hey, Hershel. Hey, Steve.
Hey,
Tim.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, great to hear you guys. I was listening to the podcast there, and I heard you throw the number out, and I figured I'd call in just tell you guys that we're out here listening. Appreciate all you guys do, what you guys do for the industry and for this Pediatric Brain Tumor Association. Not sure if I'm going to make it this year. A few times that I have been able to make it. What a blast it was. If anybody out there is on the fence about it, I definitely say it's right up there, top notch. It's like being at any state, better than some states.
Right.
And if you want to hone your skills and you want to be in there with some top notch guys in the industry, it's definitely an event that you want to be at.
Yep. Well, we appreciate those kind words, Tommy, and we will definitely miss you up there this year. But if you find a way to get up there, come on up there, man.
Yeah. I'm definitely going to. It's a hard decision to make. I just got so much going on this year.
Right.
But I would really like to be there. But I'll be keeping track of you guys. And you guys don't hear from me a lot, but I want to let you guys know, keep up the good work. And even though you're not hearing from people, there's still a lot of people watching you and seeing what you do.
Right.
And you may not get that reach out or confirmation, but don't lose steam, because there's a lot of people watching it, and you guys are motivating a lot of people, even though you may not see it. But you guys are doing a great job.
Thank you, Tommy. And those words mean a lot. And Hershel, you got anything you want to say to Tommy?
Thanks, Tommy. We appreciate your support. Appreciate your help. And if you're not able to make it, go find somebody on that list of registered drivers and show a little love to them. Make a donation to them. We would certainly appreciate it. Or send us something if you want to send us an item, put in our auction or put in our door prize drawing bin. We'd love to have you support that way too.
Yep. I'll definitely be supporting on that end. Even if I'm not there, I'll still be doing some supporting.
Tommy, are you trucking tonight?
Yeah, I'm trucking out here on the turnpike. Doing a set of turnpike doubles.
All right. So I just want to tell the listening audience, he's actually pulling a set of turnpike doubles, and y'all know what that means. That's 48s or 53s hooked together. He's got the long train going on there. Tommy, we appreciate what you do, and we want you to be definitely be safe out there, brother. And it's good to hear from you, man. Don't be a stranger. Call back soon.
Oh, absolutely, guys. Great talking to you. You guys stay safe out there, and once again, just keep up that good work you're doing. And a lot of us out here appreciate what you guys do.
All right. Thanks, you, Tommy. I got another call coming. I'm going to accept it here. Okay. Take care.
All right.
Hey, welcome to Truckers Voices. Who do we have on the line here?
Hey, this is Scott Donaldson.
Hey, Scott. How you doing tonight, man? Welcome to the show, man. Go ahead and what's on your heart, man?
I just wanted to it's been a pleasure working with Hershel all these years, all the way back to Battle of the Borders, when it was just a YRC, a yellow event there between Yellow and Holland at some point. And it's nice to see this thing is just blossomed like it has, and helped a lot of people out and helped a lot of competitors out.
Right. So Scott, tell somebody that's never been to the charity drive, the safety drive before. Tell somebody what they can expect.
Well, you can expect a top-notch event, a lot of good fellowship, good competition, great food, just good. It's just a good environment. You know, it's just get to stand around and talk to you guys and learn and just good fellowship. You know, but amongst drivers, because truck drivers like to talk. So.
Oh yeah. We like to talk for sure. So, well, and I'll just add on to what you're saying there, Scott. You will walk away from this, and you will walk away with more friends every year that you come. And there's no doubt, and there's a lot of people that come up to me and say, "Tim, how you doing?" and all. I recognize their face, but sometimes I don't recognize their, I can't remember their name, but I was like, yeah, I know that person. Go ahead, Hershel.
I'll tell you, Scott Donaldson has been a huge help to me over the years. He'd probably never tell you this on his own, but back when we did the motorcycle rides every year, I was the one that was in charge of getting the kids that rode bikes matched up with a rider. And I always really enjoyed getting a professional driver to be the rider of the motorcycle for the kids. And Scott was one of my most faithful, we called them VIP escorts, because we would put the star kids on the bikes with the riders. And Scott was always one of my most faithful VIP escorts. He would take the kids with him on his bike every year and developed a relationship with those kids that rode with him. Some would ride with him year after year after year. So Scott has seen the workings of the Pediatric Brain Tumor Foundation and what they've done for these kids for probably more years than anybody else involved with us. So, man, I love you, brother. I appreciate everything you've done for us over the years. Scott also volunteers to go pick our golf carts up down at Peachtree City every year and bring them up so we can use them. So Scott and Brent Darnell both are just two of our biggest volunteers involved with us. And I mean, I really appreciate your help.
All right, Scott, are you still there?
Yep.
Right.
Yeah, I'm still here. Yeah, well, it's a pleasure helping out, and if you're on the fence about coming, just come on down and have some fun.
That's right. All right, Scott. Well, thank you for calling in, and we'll definitely look forward to seeing you there, brother.
Yes, sir.
All right. Good night.
See you, Scott. I just want to add something to it. If you guys out there, gals, are rookies and you're getting into your state competition this year, this is the ultimate place to meet these champions down here, because just almost everybody here is a state champion, if not a national champion. We got national grand champions that show up here. This is the perfect time. This is the perfect time to come down here, watch what's going on, learn what's going on, and ask these drivers. They'll tell you. They'll tell you right now, especially now it's a competition. You know, it's a charity competition. They will show you their secrets, but they ain't going to show it to you on that day, the state competition or even nationals. What you got holding up there, Tim?
That says 2022 Grand Champion.
There you go.
All right, hold on just a minute. I got Jason Damron coming on here.
All right.
Jason, welcome to Truckers Voices, man. How you doing tonight, brother?
Doing good, Tim. How about yourself? Hershel, Steve, good to hear from you.
Hey, buddy, how you doing?
Well,
not too bad. I hear trucking in California.
I hear you, brother. I hear you. So what do you got to say about the Saftey Drive tonight, Jason?
Hey, my favorite event of the year. I look forward to it. Love helping raising money. I had some advice there for people who's trying to raise money or help out with sponsorship. Get with your state association. You know,
Yes.
I've had good luck with mine, donating, becoming a sponsor. Perfect place to go, especially if you're, involved with TDC there in your state.
Absolutely, absolutely. So, Jason, how many years have you been coming to the Saftey Drive for a Cure?
This will be my 5th year this year.
5th year. All right. And it's a bunch of fun. It's better than some state competition. I'm sorry to the states, but matter of fact, it's better than some of the state competitions, in my opinion, there, right? But anyway, I'm going. I'll let Hershel talk to you here for a minute.
Yeah.
Go ahead,
Hey, brother.
Hershel.
Yeah, I've already got a check in there on my desk with Jason's company name on it, Convoy Systems. They've already sent us in some money, and Jason has been working feverishly behind the scenes to get us some more sponsorship and get some more things lined up and things we need. So, the 3 guys we've had call in tonight are probably, 3 of our most adamant volunteers that are, and we can't do it without the volunteers. We just absolutely can't. And that's, if I can ask everybody one thing, if you go on our Facebook page and find that link to the volunteer page and go in there and pick out something you want to do, something you want to be involved with, some way you want to help out and be part of it, and put your name down. Come on, and we'll put you to work. But Jason's one of those guys that he's always there when we need him. He's always ready and willing to do whatever needs to be done. And every time I ask him if he's able to do something, he makes it happen. Just absolutely wonderful people.
Right. And I just absolutely just now put up there on the screen the Sign Up Genius link right there, Hershel, if you can see it right there, brother. So if any of you want to volunteer, go to that Sign Up Genius on the Saftey Drive page there, and that right there is where you can sign up on that thing, okay? So anyway, Jason, thank you for calling in. You got anything else you want to say?
No, just looking forward to seeing everybody down there. And if you're a rookie or never been, trust me, you'll get addicted. You'll be there every year. I haven't met a better group of people down there than who comes down there. I mean, Hershel's just awesome. So Tim and Scott, you guys put on a great show. So I'll get off here and let somebody else get in. And looking forward to seeing you guys next month.
Thank you, Jason. Looking forward to it, brother. Truck safe.
Thanks, Jason. Appreciate all your help.
All right, we'll do. Thanks.
Yes, sir.
All right. So good calls there so far, Hershel.
Absolutely, good people, man. It's just awesome. The trucking is just one of them things that it's just so full of just good people.
Right.
Man,
right.
It just events like this just bring them out. They're always there to help. So yeah, when me and Holly first started talking about attempting to do this, we knew that if we could ever get a little bit of a foothold that it would take off, just because we know what kind of people the trucking industry is full of, and
Right.
it's just full of good folks.
I'm going to go back and I'm going to share the screen again that I just shared a while ago, because there's a few points I want to make, unless a call comes in. If a call comes in, we'll take the call, okay?
Okay.
So right here, can y'all see that right there?
Yep. I have to look over my glasses, but yeah, I can see it.
All right, so right there, everybody, if you go to Facebook and you go to the Saftey Drive page for a cure, right there is where you sign up at. All you got to do is click the link right there, and you can sign up there. Hershel, you want to say anything about that? I'm going to scroll up to something else here in just a minute.
It walks you right through it. If you go sign up, go click on that and register. Pick your class. Pick what class you want to compete in. If you get down to the end where it says, it asks for a $50 donation to register.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't have to put that $50 donation in now. You can write there's what's called a promo box. You can write the word check in a promo box, and that just kind of says, I'll write you a check when I get there. So write the word check in the promo box. That will zero out your invoice and allow you to go ahead and register. And I would actually prefer you do it that way, because then you'll get an email that has your a link to claim your fundraising page.
Right.
Once you claim that fundraising page, then you can share that fundraising page with friends, family, coworkers. Like Jason said, share it with your state association. And he makes a good point. I meant to bring that up, and I'm glad he reminded me. Your state association is a great place to start. And you can go to Tom up there at the Ohio Association and say, hey, we got X number of drivers going down to Georgia to compete. How about the state of Ohio put $500 in the pot
Right.
for for the Saftey Drive.
I will make that.
But any state that has folks coming, the Florida folks can call Alex and
Right.
say, they know her, and say, hey, here's what we're doing. We're going up to compete. Can you put a little money toward the competition?
Alabama folks could call Mark Colson.
Yes, sir. Absolutely.
Yep.
That'd be great. That's what trucking's all about, is getting behind, the drivers, supporting the drivers, showing that, what they're doing matters, and, and you're appreciative of what they do. But, that's the way to make this thing grow, is to have drivers share that fundraising page. Because every time you share that page with somebody, there may be another driver that sees it that hadn't heard about it, and they might want to get involved.
Right.
Once they get involved, guess what? They start their own fundraising page, and they start spreading the word about it. So that's how this thing gets huge, is, all these drivers start sharing it.
And Hershel, that's almost like a little competition within itself too, because you do have, the person who raises the most money, you do have an award for that too, don't you?
We do. We call it the Heavy Hitter Award. That's the person that raises the most funds. We kind of take a few of our just one, you. Tim's graduated to senior heavy hitter, because he always raises so much money every year. But Tim has graced, he won that award one year, and then every year after that, he has graciously bowed out and said, I want this to go on to somebody else.
Right.
So, it's hard to keep up with the amount of effort Tim puts into this. And I'll tell you right now, I really appreciate everything you've done over the years. You have been absolutely phenomenal. We were adding it up the other day, and I don't know if you guys know this or not, but Tim Taylor, by himself, with his auctions, his side raffles, and everything he does, has raised over $30,000 for this event.
That's awesome.
By himself. So kudos to you, brother. You have worked your butt off.
Yeah, well,
you have made a difference, my friend.
Well, it's not just me. It's absolutely everybody else helping me, so I don't want to take all the credit for myself, because, everybody buys tickets. And like I said, I've become a used car salesman this time of year. So
I know you
I am going to hound you to death. So it's only because I'm passionate about it,
Yep.
And so anyway, Hershel, on the screen there, I got the hotel up there. You want to talk about that just for a brief minute, because we're getting kind of close on the top of the hour here.
Yep, that is a Holiday Inn. We have a group rate with them. You can call the hotel and give them the group rate of SDC, Saftey Drive for a Cure. You can give them the hotel, call them directly, give them that group rate, or you can use that link to reserve your room online at that hotel. They gave us a little bit of a break on the price. I think they gave us 124 plus tax. In some of those posts, I also put up a couple other links to some other, well, not links, they're actually addresses and phone numbers for a couple other hotels that are close by. One is a Candlewood Suites, and I believe that's an IHG property also. But a couple of folks have gotten rates there even cheaper. But they're all, all of them are decent hotels. They're out on Thornton Road, which is exit, is it 44? I think it's exit 44 off I-20.
I think you're right. That's Thornton Road, yeah.
Just a couple exits west of Fulton Industrial.
Right.
Fulton Industrial is where the event's going to be. Fulton Industrial is not where I would choose to pick a hotel.
Right, exactly.
I just wouldn't. I mean, it's kind of it's a really, really industrial area, and with that comes some, some elements that you may not want to hang around with at a hotel in that area. So,
right,
I would move on out to the west side a little further out on Thornton Road, and that'd be where I'd choose to stay. So
let's take one more call here, okay?
Okay.
Hey, good evening. Welcome to Truckers Voices. Who do we have there?
Yeah, Ron Coles.
Hey, how you doing, sir?
Hey, big buddy.
I'm doing just fine.
Well, it's good.
I wanted to just call and say hi to Tim and Hershel and Steve there.
Yes, sir.
Listen to you guys occasionally, and I actually talked to Hershel this morning a little bit.
Sure did.
But just let everybody know that's a great event out there, and I'm clear out in Idaho and have made it there twice, and you never know what happens if I'll show up or not, but we try to make some things happen with that big Idaho potato truck.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Well, anyway, you guys are looking good and doing a heck of a job on this.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Go ahead, Hershel. Hershel wants to say something to you.
I was going to say, Ron, he and I talked today, and the Idaho potato truck won't be there for the day of our event, but they are going to be there the day before our event to come hang out with our volunteers, and you get your picture taken with the truck, and they've got the St. Patrick's Day parade they're doing in Atlanta. Ron, is that what it is?
Yeah, they're doing on Saturday they're doing the Atlanta parade, and then they have to, as soon as that's over, they have to jump up to Hot Springs, Arkansas for the world's shortest St. Patrick's Day parade.
Okay.
Oh, world's shortest.
they're going to stop by for a short visit.
Yeah, just we try to do what we can, and sometimes too many things get lined up, and it gets to be a tight schedule.
I bet.
Well, Ron, we appreciate everything you do. We definitely appreciate your support, and we appreciate the kind words tonight, man. And we hope that your truck's safe.
Oh, I'm retired.
Oh.
I don't do very much. I'm the Plan B potato truck driver.
I got you, Plan B. I got you.
I'm happily retired in Arizona tonight.
Oh, I got you. I remember you coming down, though. I remember meeting you down there.
So if Ron makes it over, we'll get to sing happy birthday to him. What day's your birthday, Ron?
Oh, 22nd.
Okay. I knew it was close.
Yeah, you guys got me that year. Holy cow.
That was the Friday night we were setting up, and he didn't know it. We went and bought him a birthday cake and had a surprise birthday party for him. So,
yeah.
Yeah. Good time. They're none better than the people who show up there.
That's right.
And great event, and without all the stress.
Right.
Without all the stress of the national and state competitions, it's totally for fun. There's no, there's none of the stresses there. It's a great place to come and have fun.
It sure is. Well, Ron, thank you for calling. We're fixing to close the show out for this tonight, but we appreciate you calling in.
Okay. You guys have a good night and be safe out there.
You too.
Thanks, Ron.
You bet.
All right. Well, can you believe it? It is 8:58 here on the East
Wow.
Coast.
Went
So
by quick.
went by quick, and I do appreciate everybody that's called in tonight. But anyway, go ahead, Steve.
I'm just going to make a quick comment. Anybody that may be flying in and you don't want to rent a car, maybe you don't want to take an Uber, get a hold of one of us, get a hold of a friend there. We can try to get something, get you picked up, get you transportation, get you back and forth to the hotel, get you back and forth to the event. So reach out to your friends that you know is coming. Man, make arrangements, whatever we got to do.
Yep.
And like I said, now's the perfect time because you're going to have state champions, grand champions, national grand champions, and they will help you learn the operation of a TDC.
I got to say a quick something about this trophy here. Now, I do want to tell y'all I did win grand champion back in 2020. So everybody knows what happened in 2020. We didn't actually have a driving competition. We actually had a written test and all that other kind of stuff. So hey, I got it though, right? I got it.
Yep.
That's right. That's right. It don't matter if it's 1 point or 100. You won. You won. That's all that matters, man. That's all.
That's right. That's right. But Hershel, thank you for coming on and thank you for sharing. I wish we had 2 hours to go, but we just can't do it. You know, some of us got to get our 10 hours off. You know.
Thank y'all for doing this.
Yep. And I just want to tell everybody I look forward to seeing you there. I am going to put a plug in. I have a golf cart that I'm going to be bringing up with me. It is a 2009 Club Car President. It is being totally restored. Now, it's not going to be lifted or anything like that. I can do that, but this one's not because it's charity. And but whoever wins it, get with me. I might could work something out with you. You know.
There you go.
But anyway, y'all get a hold of me if you want tickets for that golf cart. I got them, and I'll be posting pictures of the golf cart soon. I'm still doing some restoration on it. Tickets are $10 each. You buy two, you get the third one for free. So $20 gets you 3 tickets in the pot there. So I've already got a lot of people that's been jumping into it. So y'all get a hold to me. Y'all know how to get a hold to me. Steve, Hershel, before we leave, give us a word of encouragement and a word of safety.
Do your pre-trip, wear your seatbelt, check lights, tires, brakes. Make sure you get home safe.
Yes, sir.
Absolutely. Mike, Steve?
Yeah, real quick. Anybody that's there, I'll be there. If I haven't met you yet, man, track me down. Y'all see what my ugly mug looks like. I'd love to meet you in person. Thanks for the support. Appreciate you listening to the show. Everybody remember the most important trip is that trip home. God bless y'all.
Absolutely. And panel, just hold on. I'll talk to you on the other side before we totally go off the air. But I appreciate everybody listening in tonight. I don't know who we're going to line up for next week. We may take a break next week. Not sure, but I always let you know. But anyway, I want to tell you one thing. It's Friday tomorrow, and as I always say, there's people's going to be going to and fro, and traffic's going to pick up, and we got to be aware of everybody that's around us in the motoring public, because it's our job to be safe around them also, because each day that we get out there and we run up and down the highway, we are writing our story of safety. And you know what? I want you to always have a happy ending to that story of safety. All right. So y'all look out for those who aren't looking out for themselves. And tomorrow I'm going to go trucking. Y'all have a good night. Welcome to Trucker's Voice.